Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Playing some Black Ops 6 today here on Nuketown. Little domination game, 100 plus kills. I believe triple chopper gunner. Nothing too crazy, just a little casual viewing in the background as we talk today about grades and how important they've been in my life and how they've really changed my life forever. Primarily financially and in the job market, but just overall. So it goes without saying that grades are important. I think that most parents and teachers and mentors will tell you nothing but, hey, do good in school and life will pan out. Now, that's not the entire story, but that is a lot of it. Good grades is your responsibility as a student, and that's the way I looked at it. When I was in school, I was fortunate enough to not have to work a job at the same time, so I looked at school like my job. My job was to get good grades because I knew that in one way or another, a good GPA, in part with other things like a well-rounded resume, would mean not only scholarship money, but hopefully good job prospects on the other side. So you might be wondering, how am I getting to this big number? I'm claiming this massive number with good grades, and what exactly that means. So let's get into it. I went to school for 7 years after graduating high school. That's both undergrad for 4-year degree, bachelor's degree, and then 3 years of a graduate school program, grand total of 7 years. In both of those programs, I had scholarships, both in undergrad and grad school, which saved me a large sum of money in tuition, and that's the basis for this video today, and really just advice in general. So for undergrad, I went to a mid-sized school in my state. I picked it primarily because of the low cost of attendance and in tandem with the scholarship offer, which I accepted, and that was a full tuition offer. At the time I went to this school, the tuition was about $13,000 a year. I was there for 4 years, making that total cost, which I luckily saved, being $52,000. I also had the benefit of having about $10,000 in outside scholarship, third-party scholarships from different companies and funds over the course of those 4 years, totaling about $10,000, bringing that total for the undergrad experience at $62,000 in scholarship money. After I graduated undergrad, I thought, well, that was so much fun. I love doing homework. Why not do that again for 3 more years? So I applied for and was luckily accepted into a graduate program, and that's where the cost savings gets really insane and really important. The tuition for my graduate program at the time was about $26,000 a year in just tuition. I'm not mentioning the other costs like with college education, like food, housing, transportation. However, my scholarship did not cover those, so it's not the point of this video, but I just want to highlight that this tuition cost, while it is the most substantial cost of a higher education, it is not the only one. So my savings for the 3 years of grad school came out to about $78,000. I rounded it in this example just for simplicity, so let's call it about $80,000 in savings for the 3-year grad program. When it's all said and done, my scholarship value by the time I graduated my final bit of school was $142,000. So you might be wondering where the difference is here. I claim $250,000, I'm only at $142,000. Where is this other number coming up? I get to this $250,000 number under the premise of a loan. Most college students, if not all at this rate, need some sort of financial assistance to attend college. So I'm taking this $142,000 and looking at it through the hypothetical loan I would need to take if I did not have this scholarship. So I plugged in the loan balance. This is assuming that I did not pay off any of my tuition costs. Let's just say I needed to pay off other costs like housing and food. So I'm assuming, for the sake of the example, I had the full balance at the end of my term in graduation, and I'm just starting to pay it off as I work my first job. Here's a loan balance, $142,000. The remaining term, I looked it up, about 20 years is on the longer side, but within the average range. An interest rate of 6%, which is about average I found for a private loan, and a monthly payment of $250 results in, look to the right over here, a repayment of $1,000 a month, and the biggest savings here, in my opinion, is the total interest on this hypothetical loan is 6 digits. With this scholarship award and not having to take a loan out for this tuition money, I save myself not only the $142,000 in just outright tuition, but $100,000 of just useless money to me. Just, I may as well light it on fire and burn it. It's interest. It's a financial thank you to the very generous financial institution that let me go to college. $100,000 in just interest, bringing the total cost if I had to go the loan route being almost $250,000. Now, of course, this is paid over 20 years, and I'd be working at the time, but this is still money. No matter how much I'm making, I'm not gonna be making $1 million. I'm not Jeff Bezos, I'm not Bill Gates. Let's be real here. Yes, I went to grad school, but I'm not gonna be making $500,000 a year. I don't know if ever. Let's be realistic. So this savings is insane. It's monumental. We're not talking about 10, 20, 30 grand here. This situation saved me $250,000. And not only that, but because I have this money on the positive side, I'm not spending this. This is not money coming out of my pocket. This repayment amount is my rent payment. It literally is. It is damn close to what my rent costs per month. This is basically saving me a second rent payment every month for the next 20 years. That money, in theory, can go to an investment, and it will. It'll get invested, and it'll grow the other way. Instead of paying interest to another bank or a Sally Mae, this is gonna grow and support me and my family and my child's college fund, which will be even more expensive by the time they get there. This is real stuff. And for me, it's mostly, if not entirely, because of my grades. So the focal point has been about grades, about good grades, and how it saved me so much money and really changed my life. You might be wondering, okay, how do I do better? I'm doing okay, but I want to do better. How did you get these grades? How did you put yourself in this position? And it really boils down to effort. Other than that, discipline and motivation and drive, but it's really effort. You put the effort in, you will be rewarded, I promise. Especially in high school. High school is designed for you to do well. There's a lot more structure and obligation on the administration's part, your teachers, the principal, everybody involved for you to graduate, succeed really overall. Do the work. Where do the points come from? Think about your class. Are you in high school right now? Are you in undergrad or grad school? Whatever you're doing, it's some kind of the same thing. If you have a syllabus, look at it. Where do the major points come from? Typically an exam. There are projects, there's homework, there's attendance, there might be participation credits. Every little piece of that goes to the puzzle. You need every piece to complete the puzzle, and your goal is to complete the puzzle to the best of your ability. Put the effort in where it matters, but don't slack on the little stuff. The little stuff is still important. Do you have homework, and is it for credit points? Do all of it. Is there extra credit available? Do the credit, because if you need more, if you're a few points short, that extra credit becomes just plain credit, and it's gonna save your butt and maybe turn that B to an A, or maybe better, a C to a B if you're on like that grade point edge. That's big stuff. These numbers are final after you pass that semester. Those few points. I had a class once in undergrad, I was 1 point off. I got a B+, I was 1 percentage point off from getting an A or an A-. It didn't change my life, but I didn't do an extra credit, and I should have. Put in the effort, study for your quizzes, study for your exams. If you have to miss a party, you have to miss the party. If you have a group project and no one's putting up the work, no one's stepping up, be the leader and step up and do it. It's about the result. The result is the grade. And if you put in the effort, you will get the grades. I want this to serve as some motivation, a success story, and a real example, a tangible benefit of good grades, of working hard as early as high school, 9th grade. This started in 9th grade. Major credit to my parents, instilling this work ethic in me, driving home the importance of academic success and trying from day one, because it has paid off already and it will continue to pay off my entire life. Not only the ability to get into college, which is a privilege in itself, but to have that work ethic early enough in college to nose to the grindstone, get it done so that I could qualify for and be awarded a scholarship to go to grad school, a high-level program, and then succeed in that. And without this massive loan behind it. This is life-changing. My life will have forever been changed in a positive way because the grades were there. So this is encouragement. This is motivation. This is testimony. You've heard it here. I know it's hard to hear. You want to go play video games? Trust me, I was there. I'm like, dude, Black Ops 2 just came out. I'm not thinking about grades. And that was a little bit before high school, but the point stands. There's other things you want to go do. I want to go to the party. I want to go do this, especially in undergrad. It's time to party, baby. College. You can still do that, but within reason, in mitigation, find a balance, get the grades. I promise it will pay off in more ways than one. We didn't even get into jobs. That's a whole other thing, but just financially, it will save you so much money and set you up for a better life. I beg you, just think about it. Put the work in now. It will pay off. I promise. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.